Welcome to another episode here on the Legendary Leaders podcast and YouTube channel. As always, I am excited to have you joining me. It is the first day of November, which means we're kicking off a new month. And that means we have a new topic. Because if you've listened to any of our podcast series or episodes in the past, you know that what I try to do is every month I pick out a topic, and then we spend every Wednesday of that month diving into that topic and really understanding it and using what we're learning together and what I'm sharing with you in order to advance our mindsets and our careers. And so that's exactly what we're going to kick off today. We're kicking off the Earning It Mindset mini-series. The Earning It Mindset mini-series. And I actually love this topic. It is a topic and a concept and a theory on personal leadership that I have been diving into within Legend Leaders for the past 6 years. And I think that it's super powerful. It's something that I want to actively teach you all. It's something that's in the book that I have just finished writing, and I'm working on getting it edited and getting it out there and getting it published. And so I want to bring it to you. I want to share it with you here on this podcast. My ask is that a couple of things. Number one, you listen and you learn. Number two, you give me feedback, right? This is not just a one-way street. Right now, as you're listening to me, obviously all you can do is listen. We're not interacting. We're not having a dialogue. But that doesn't mean that after you listen to this, you can't reach out, send me a note, put a little memo somewhere, wherever you're listening, make a comment, send me an email, and let me know your thoughts so that we can continue to develop this theory. So let's talk about the Earning It mindset. Why am I talking about this concept and this topic now in the month of November? Of all the times that we could talk about it, why am I talking about it now? And the answer is this. At this point in the year, and especially who you are as a leader in the business, you are sitting down and having active discussions about building out the financial metrics for the business for next year, right? You probably have already started doing that. Depending upon the size of your organization, you may have already done a lot of it in the month of October, but it will definitely continue on into this month, in the month of November. And you're probably having your team and different people on your teams talk through and understand their ownership piece of that financial projection, how they're going to impact and deliver to those metrics. And so not only is there a discussion happening right now about the metrics that you and your team must deliver upon, there's conversations that you're having about what those metrics should be in general for the overall business. And then inherently, through all of that dialogue and discussion, there's a conversation about expenses. And expenses, we know, is where the payroll falls into, right? And so walk with me on this a little bit. We're talking about budget. This is time to build the budget and cast the projections and create all of those things for next year. But we also need to understand and have dialogue around what we deserve to pay other people, right? Deserve to pay other people. I put that in air quotes, right? And ultimately, what they're going to earn, what we're going to earn, the bonuses, the promotions, the pay raises, all the things get put into that P&L discussion and in the projections. Now, depending upon your organization, I know a lot of organizations that are also having conversations about end of the fiscal year bonuses and end of the fiscal year pay raises and all of those things. And so if you're in an organization that's starting to have that dialogue, this month's topic is going to be very powerful for you because you're going to understand how to go in and have a conversation that you may have been fearful to have in the past, all related to this earning it mindset. And so this time of year is very powerful for both of those reasons. So I want to arm you with this knowledge. I want you to have it so that whether you're having conversations about your bonus or your pay raise this month, or whether you have it 3 months from now or 6 months from now, you're ready to have it. You've learned the strategies, and that's the entire point. So let's go ahead today and dive into the concept of what the earning it mindset is. Okay. What is the mindset? Well, first and foremost, and we've talked about this a lot, I'm going to continue to say it over and over again. 80% of our success in this lifetime is due to our psychology, right? It is due to the mindset that we have and how we approach a situation, how we perceive a situation, right? You and I could be sitting in a meeting side by side, listening to someone speak to us, listening to the same information, watching the room. We could have everything exactly the same in front of us, right? And yet we can walk out of there, and most of the time it will happen that you may have a little bit of a different perspective than I do. You clued in on to some different things, some different body language, for example, or you picked up on a different word or tone that I may have missed, or maybe I caught it, but I interpreted it differently. Okay. And so that is all about mindset. The lens in which we look through life and we filter information coming into us is the lens in which we interact with this world. And then we apply our thought process and the conversations that we have, the actions that we take, the decisions that we make, right? We know this, but let's take that knowledge from the subconscious level and let's move it up into the conscious level so that you can use it as a superpower. Okay. So if we know that 80% of success is due to our mindset, and we know that our mindset determines how we approach a conversation, how we interact in a conversation, and it defines the actions and the decisions that we make, then we must ensure that the mindset that we take into those discussions and conversations is the right mindset. And so when we talk about the earning it mindset ultimately is this. When I do an action, I therefore deserve the reward that comes after that action. Okay? When I do X, I will in turn be able to get Y. It's a direct relationship. Okay? If this, then that. All right? It's a rule. It's a rule that we have. And a rule or a belief is also a mindset. That's where the mindset comes from. It's what we believe and the rules that we have for our lives. And so if we believe that in order to get that bonus, in order to get that reward, in order to get that pay raise or that promotion, we must perform certain actions in order to earn it, then we have an earning it mindset. Now you're like, well, duh, Katrina, yes. Okay, that makes sense. But that's the point. You may have adopted this mindset at a very early age, and you may not have thought through it. And that's why we're going to spend this entire month talking through it. Because what I want you to understand is that I'm not bringing you this lesson this entire month to tell you that the earning it mindset is bad and you've got to eliminate it. And that's a mindset that's completely holding you back. Absolutely not. The earning it mindset serves all of us in our lives. Okay. It serves us. But what we have to be very cognizant of is that sometimes there are certain mindsets that that's a double-edged sword. Really, let's just call it that what it is. It's a double-edged sword. It can benefit us, but it can also hurt us. And what I want you to walk away with this month is understanding when to apply that mindset because it's going to be of benefit, and when you need to eliminate that mindset because it's actually holding you back. Okay? Then you're going to have power. Then you're going to have knowledge to understand how you're thinking and how to apply that mindset and that rule and that belief properly to get the most out of it. That's empowering, right? That's amazing. Then you are in control of that and you get to decide. And I want to give you the ability to have that decision. That's what we're going to do this whole month. So again, what's the earning it mindset? It simply means that in order to generate a reward at the end of the day, I've got to earn it. I've got to show up and do something, perform some action, contribute in some way in order to be deserving and ultimately earn that reward. That is what this mindset is. And so what I want you to do before we come back together next Wednesday is I just really want you to think about, number one, what does that definition mean to you? Do you have an earning it mindset? Think about examples in your life where you've applied that earning it mindset and it's helped you progress specifically in your career. I want to talk about career. Now, this obviously benefits you throughout your life, but we're talking career. That's where I take this, right? That's what I teach you. It's career-based. And so I want you to think about in your career, if you have had an earning it mindset, how has it helped you progress in your career? Okay? Because when we come together next week, what I want to talk about, what I'm going to share with you is my belief and my understanding and all the information that I've gathered and the facts that I've collected and seen over the past 6 years of doing this research and working with leaders just like you to define how we actually created this mindset. Where did it come from? Okay. And then we're going to talk about how it benefits you, how it can hold you back. And then the last week that we're going to spend together, that last Wednesday, we're going to talk about how to create the balance, right? When to apply it and when not to apply it. So this is going to be a fun month. I cannot wait to share this with you. Please give me some feedback. Let me know what you're thinking. Send me an email. And if you want to learn even more and have a little taste or tease around the book itself, send me an email about that as well. I'd love to connect with you and talk to you more about it. As always, go and be legendary.